we're back. We have to take a little bathroom break, but we're back. Oh, we are on Paige?
Yeah.
Not yet, but I'm getting
It took her a freaking week.
Harley Quinn tried to
What?
slow
And
me
not
down,
only that,
dropped an
Two
elevator on
people.
me.
Two people fought. And no one
course not.
died!
I'll get back to you when I reach the end.
everybody was like dying left front and front and center, but she could have prevented all that had she bought her time.
Like Daisy Fitzroy. People died because Comstock already knew.
Fitzroy,
What was gonna happen?
the reason why Fitzroy was a more successful revolutionary,
Because she planned everything out. She was gonna attack.
she
Finton.
had a freaking, she had a game plan. She didn't just charge in.
Her plan was Finton to take out the industrial sector, choking Comstock.
According to
And
her,
then
cutting,
invade Emporia.
pulling the weed by the root. That's how she phrased it, but
No, that was to kill the child, but she didn't because, of course.
Lutessus interfered. But the whole point is that she had a game plan.
The plan was cut off the head of the serpent. The head of the serpent was Finn. Killing
Not even
him
that.
and Marlowe would have ended.
She had an agenda. Paige was more like a loose cannon shooting up everybody. There's a point in that game where you have to infiltrate Reaver's house.
Which is when Reaver comes back, he says, and then Paige just gives you up. Daisy Fitzroy didn't give you up.
Fitzroy actually defended your ass.
She said an army with you to destroy Comstock's in sectors.
Yeah.
And then she sent the army against you because she found out that that you're from another universe, or thought that because she said,
She
"Are you
thought
a ghost or an intruder?"
again.
Her
The whole point is that it was so ill structured, and not to mention the cock-a-doodle storyline.
Call of Duty.
The cock-a-doodle storyline, the stupid storyline.
Oracle.
It
Joker's
would've
men
been
have taken
worse than a
control
Call
of the
of
cell
Duty.
block transfer.
Honestly, I think
Modern
we should
Warfare.
start.
That's not good.
I think we should
I
use
tapped
this.
into a guard radio.
This
It
clip
sounds
that we're
like
doing
Joker's
now
crew have got
instead
their
of the
hands
one
on
we did
weapons.
earlier,
I know.
because
I'll
we have so much
calibrate
to
the
say about
Cowl's
this.
vision mode to isolate armed henchmen.
Anyway,
Ooh, Daisy Fitzroy at least had a lot of
The
time.
direct
Remember
approach is
Rosefield?
suicide.
not even that.
He
Not
took
even.
30
different
freaking
past
years to start a new government.
Not even that. Like, okay, let's assume circumstances were slightly different for each person. But the point still stands, is that the game was half baked.
30 quests, that's done. We're done with the game. Guys, pack it up.
They didn't even put the companions where they were originally. Originally,
Volunteer would be weird.
well, they could have at least included his ghost.
Ooh, I'm a ghost.
I mean, they have wrote in ghosts in there.
So it would make sense.
It would like legit make more sense than
Him dying to
like literally everybody disappears like after the burial.
even though there's 0 casualties projected. There's millions of dollars spent.
Honestly, and half the time you spend literally those radiant quests while you're king, you spent is denying beneficial money while sinking your savings into the banks, while some greedy ass butler stands there continuously berating you for making good choices. Like, we have money touching the roof, dude. How much money do you need? And not to mention the ugly wardrobe they put the frickin' NPCs in. What the hell were they thinking? Industrial Revolution.
Everyone is
With
wearing rags.
powdered wigs,
Rags.
some weird robe dresses, and a weird jacket that pokes out in every direction.
That does not make sense. What people used to wear was rags if you're lower class. Which
Honestly, majority of Bowerstone were lower class, and you
so rags everywhere.
and you
bodies
find them like wearing like all types of weird clothing, like stuff that's 18th century, not 19th century. And even if it was supposed to be like, oh, they had earlier industrial era,
Still, everyone.
it was impractical for the industrial
Also,
person.
why are they still using blunderbuss?
Like literally,
Rifles were now a thing, and now being.
Ellie was cringing because he's a gun enthusiast.
I'm
I'm the
a
fashion.
gun
I'm the
scientist.
fashion/culture enthusiast. He's the gun enthusiast.
I'm a gun expert,
He was cringing that they were still using blunderbuss.
which didn't make sense. 1700s was the end of the blunderbuss.
Not even that, they were still using gunpowder. The guy, Walter, had a gunpowder horn attached to him. First of all, they're so useless to the freaking
Gunpowder was so
to the 1800s
useless.
to the 1800s persons because they realized that you could put gunpowder in the bullet and it'll work the same way.
How it worked was the bullet would fly at a high velocity. When it reached the target, it would burst open. The gunpowder would ignite because of the high kinetic energy, and boom.
Ellie didn't say for a lecture, but you get the picture. Like it was so they acted limited. Like they literally the sky was the end for them, and they chose the ceiling.
Call me Harley. Everyone does.
I can't with them.
The sky was blue, for God's sakes. It shouldn't be fucking blue. Fucking blue.
What Ellie's mentioning is the smog from the pollution.
And why is there no corpses?
First of
A
all,
million corpses supposed to be just
according
sitting.
Ellie, let's give some context. According to the context of the game developer, he said it's supposed to take place in Victorian London style. People were dying.
They looked like this.
The majority of them either contracted a disease or were dying from the poor living. You have poor living situations, poor hygiene.
Bad. Everyone was pooping everywhere. No one
Ellie's
cared.
talking about the freaking video I showed him afterwards when I was trying to explain to him why I was so cringing at the Old Town, which is supposed to be the lower class.
Old towns were not called that. They were not. They
didn't have an Old Town. It was the whole town.
Whole town. Everyone died in every town.
They would say that. Oh, the one thing I did notice that they used industrial separate from Bowerstone, Maine, which is kind of what an 1800s thing did, but it was like.
But why is Paige living in the sewer? And how is she not contracted
like,
E. coli?
Not cholera. How isn't she not contract cholera or dysentery from even saying 2 seconds in the sewer?
Apparently, they had proper hygiene, and that chicken should be melting.
Oh, he's talking about the freaking pictures, please.
Also, the poster. They look stupid.
That's the only industrial part is the posters.
And it isn't even. We look at this. We have a poster with a mechanical turret. They didn't have machines. Their machines were so unrefined.
They were talking about. I think they infused steampunk. They mistaken steampunk.
Steampunk is supposed to be.
Victorian sci-fi, not Victorian real.
Yeah. Victorian real looked like this.
Imagine thick smog on worst days and water so polluted you can't even drink.
On the worst days they were black, and the best days they were green. Black or green, disgusting. Who cares? It's all disgusting. And the water.
And the
is
safest
good.
way you could drink is you could drink alcohol. That was the safest thing you could do.
That's why Ulysses S. Grant was an alcoholic. Remember him from the 1864 Civil War?
That's why most people back then would drink gin because it was
whiskey.
It was safer than freaking water.
What about whiskey? He loved whiskey.
Actually, nursemaids at the time would feed kids gin. Now, I will continue speaking about this in my later videos, but
We're almost out of time.
we're almost out of time, and I haven't mentioned nothing about Batman, which is sad.
And this will be a video all about us talking about anything else other than Batman. Because Batman isn't real. It's purposely not realistic. It's a comic book.
At least Marvel was up front with. At least DC was up front with this. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz.
We're
Love
not
y'all.
even at the end of the time.
I'm just saying that ahead of time before I forget.
Please
Comment down below about what you want us to add in our video game, and we'll do that. Or will we? We'll do that. We'll be good people.
Which which do you want more of this or do you want more of the old style?